Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm so happy you're here. Welcome to my first video ever. So let's get into our video. So we're going to start with nail prep. We are going to start with a cuticle pusher and push all the cuticles back. So I don't want to do cuticle prep in every single video, but I figured with the first video I'll add it in there just so you guys can see what to do. So you just want to take a cuticle pusher and push all the cuticles back, and then you're going to nip them off with a cuticle nipper if you want to. Some people don't do this because they're afraid to nip their skin, their live skin, but I don't have a problem with it, so we'll do that first, and then we'll go into using a cuticle ball bit. So you're going to use this at a low speed, probably around like 3 or 4 RPMs. You can see on my drill there that that's what I did, and I'm just going to go around each cuticle and polish that off just to make sure that it's not any lingering cuticles there. So that's what we'll do. And then we'll dust off any excess that's on there just to make sure there's a clean prep. We'll use a fine brush first, or a dense brush, and then we'll use a scrubber brush to make sure nothing's on there. This really gets everything off. I like using that and it doesn't hurt. So you can also wipe it with alcohol to make sure that it's cleaned off, or like a sensitive skin wipe or unscented wipe. And then we're going to actually buff the nail bed itself. And we're going to do this at a really low level, and I'm using a really fine grit sanding band, probably around like a 180 or a 200. So I really don't want to take that much off because we're all about no nail damage here. So we're going to be using alcohol to clean up. And so everything from this point on in the video is going to be upside down when I show you things because, yeah, I'm new at this. So grace and give God the glory. So we're going to use lint-free wipes to do this so we don't get any hairs or little thing on our nails. So a little alcohol bottle, and use that to wipe off everything, any excess dust. It also acts as a dehydrator, which is what we need for the bonding for later. So that's where we're at with this. And then we're going to move on to, we're going to add another dehydrator just because the alcohol is great, but I wanted to make sure I got a good bond with the nail glue. I think in this video I used a builder gel. We're going to see. So we'll go into the tips, we'll try these on, and we're going to size them. Now that we're done sizing our tips, we're going to set up our light system. So I use a little picture light and I hang it from my overhead lamp. And then we're going to go into the peel off base coat that I put on. So you're going to put this as your base. And I use this just because I wanted to take the nails off quickly. And this is pretty much like you can put your nails on for practice and do your art and everything like that. It does stay on if you want it. Like if you want to keep your nails on for a while, it does last for a while. But I usually use this just because I like to practice and I like to take them off right after I'm done, and it doesn't harm the nail and it doesn't hurt when you take it off, so you can get right under and pop it off. So that's why I use that. But this is a really good one. I like this one a lot. It doesn't cause any heat spikes when you put it in the light. So we're going to cure that for about 60 seconds. See, there's the builder gel. Hi. So we're going to use that as our, I don't know what you call it, like a glue. Yeah, so like your nail glue or your bonding agent. So I'm going to use this little brush that I got in the Beatles kit that I got from my first polygel kits. And I'm going to get in there and use that and put it into the tips and put them on my fingers. And that's our slip solution is, I think it's 70% alcohol, but we are going to use alcohol as our slip solution. So you don't want to put too much of this in here, but you don't want to put too little either because you don't want any bubbles. But I noticed that with builder gel, when you're using it as an adhesive agent, that it actually holds a lot better than if you were to use like a base gel. Because I know a lot of videos that I've seen other people doing is using base gel, which is fine. It does work, but I feel like this one feels better and it holds better. So I think builder gel's a little bit better to use. It's thicker. Anything with a thicker consistency is going to hold a lot better. And you just don't want to overdo it because you don't want all that excess underneath. Like you see, I did a little too much. So I'll go ahead and let you watch this part, and I will be back in just a little bit. Okay, so now that we got all that done, I did cure those nails for 60 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and trim the sides and any excess that got on top of, like the excess builder gel that got on top right there. Do you see? There's a little overflow, so you can just trim that off really easily. So I'm still going to use a fine sanding grit band and a low RPM, so that way I don't nick myself or hurt myself in any way, or take the nail tip like too thin, or like take it down too thinly. So we're going to clip and file everything down, and then we'll move on to the next step. Now that the nails are all trimmed and filed and buffed and wiped off, all the excess dust is removed. So now we're going to place a top coat underneath the nails, so that way there's no space in between any excess that got under there. I did trim under there a little bit off camera, and we'll place a little layer of that and then light cure for 60 seconds. We'll place a foundation gel as well. This is like a base gel, so you want to put that on there so that the gel polish will adhere to the nail tip better. So that's what you're seeing here. We'll place that on all the nails and then we'll cure for 60 seconds. Voila, there you go. So now we're gonna get into the nail art. We're using the beetles. It's like a zodiac line. I'm not into the zodiac sign stuff, but I do like this color. It's like a nude set, And I tried to find the best nude, but this doesn't go with my skin tone. Just bear with me, y'all. I'm bringing up my collection, okay? So we're going to start with a base gel. This is going to be more of like a nudish color. We're going to do a French tip today, so that's where we're starting with. Always going to get a good base. So we'll probably do, I think, 2 or 3 layers on this one. And then we will get into the nail art. So get excited for that. Woo! Make sure to cure between each layer 60 seconds so you don't have any uncured polish. So we're going to move on to the nail art. We're going to make some Frenchies. So we're going to do that with black. We're going to make this set matte in a little bit. But we'll see. Black Frenchies. I'm kind of new at this, so I keep saying that. It's all right. You guys are great. So we'll start with some of the nail art first. And with the Frenchy part, I'm actually doing the T. I don't know if you guys have seen this. You probably have seen it a couple times, but the upside down T. Is it upside down? Or is it upside down just to me? You guys let me know in the comments. So yeah, it's upside down when you put it upside down. Anyways, you make a T, and then you add the lines up from the sides and go up to the center, and then you just fill it in. I feel like so far what I've tried to do with a Frenchie is this is the easiest method I've found so far. If you guys know any easier methods, let me know. I'd love to try, and you know, you can always learn from other people. So if you have any easier methods, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you guys. And we're just gonna fill all that in. And then once that's done, I think we'll do this on the middle finger and the thumb. No. You guys will see. You'll see. We'll get there. So now we're going to cure it for 60 seconds. And then we're going to move on to the other nails and the other nail art. Oh, okay. It's the pinky. The pinky. Oh, the dear pinky. Okay. So French tip on the pinky and on the middle, and then the thumb and the forefinger are different nail designs. So we'll get those finished and filled in, and we'll light cure, and then we'll move on to the nail art. I can't wait to show you guys the gems. I'm excited. Now we're going to move onto the thumb. I'm going to call this an A-line French. I don't know what it's actually called, but that sounds kind of cool. So an A-line French is what we're going to do right here. And we're going to remove any excess just to make sure we keep the shape of the nails, because when you're doing full press-on nails or full tips and you're just painting, you can kind of lose the shape sometimes. So taking off the excess and making sure the edges are straight with the gel polish will help you to keep the shape. So on the forefinger, I am doing some hearts. So we'll dot those with our dotting tool and then bring it together. Getting out of focus here, sorry guys. So we're gonna bring those together until it makes the shape. And I do like to cure every once in a while to make sure that I don't mess up my art, because I can do that sometimes. Even when I would go get my nails done at the nail salon, I was notorious for messing up my nail art, and how annoying was I? Because now that I'm sitting here and doing my own nail art, I'm like, if I mess it up, I'm like, like this is what they feel like when we mess up. So we're gonna move on now to the glitter accents, and you're gonna see where we're gonna place it all. So I'll just let you watch and I'll be back. I'm so mad. I'm so mad that we missed the jewel placement because I didn't realize my phone wasn't recording. So I'm going to show you from here the other placements of the other jewels. So this is the gel I use. It's a thicker nail. It's an actual nail glue gel that has to be light cured. And some people use top coat or base coat, but I've noticed that this one is more of like it's just thicker. I think that when you put thicker, especially bigger gems, you have to put it on with a thicker gel because that way when you place it down, there's no space or gap in between the jewel and the nail. And as long as you don't put a lot, or if you use a dotting tool to put it down, you won't have any excess. It won't be like hanging over and stuff like that. So yeah. And then we definitely want to cure that for 60 seconds since it is a thicker gel. And you guys, we're going to top coat it. I'm so sorry. I missed all the jewel placement, but you can see where I put it and you'll see it at the end. And I also want to insert an inspo clip that I used or that I found from Pinterest. This is where I got the inspo to do this set. I'll try to insert it somewhere at the end next to the nails that I did so you guys can see, but we're going to top coat it and then we're going to cure for 60 seconds and we're going to see the end result in just a sec. Okay guys, what do you think? Aren't they so cute? Oh my gosh, I love how they turned out. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Like and subscribe. Come back for more later. Love you. Bye.